This is Krugersdorp, South Africa, 2023. This gentleman, he stopped at a gas station after dark and he's picking up a few things from inside this convenience store. This could be any one of us doing the exact same thing. Krugersdorp is a mining city in South Africa with a population of 140,000 plus. According to one source, crime in Krugersdorp is a serious concern for the people who live or frequent this area. The underlying fundamental principles that bad guys use to do what they do, well, those principles, they don't really change from one continent to the next, whether we're talking about Africa, Europe, or North America. Now, before you start thinking that you would just pull your gun out and handle your business, realize this is an awful lot like this because of distance and surprise. I'm going to point out some of these fundamentals. In this video, how did the bad guys stack the odds against the innocent victim in this incident? Hey guys, retired Lieutenant Todd Heaton here with Humilitas First. Before bad guys steal your wallet, phone, car, or your life, they first steal your time, your reactionary time. They steal it. Now remember, the driver's side of the vehicle in Africa, it's going to be opposite that of North America. There are at least 3 members of this robbery crew inside this car. They roll up, positioning the passenger side door next to this gentleman's driver's side door. See how his hands are full? This is going to be easy. Look at the close distance that this surprise is launched from. Check out this robbery crew's timing. Before the victim can even get both feet in the vehicle, robber number 1, he's got his hand on his door to prevent him from closing it. My best guess is this is not the first time they've done this. We see robber number 1's right dominant elbow jut back as he completes the draw, filling his hand with the pistol. It appears to me this is the second robber getting his gun out as well. As it pertains to crime, proximity is king. As an innocent person of goodwill, you need to know and understand this. At this stage, they're just checking him to see what other valuables he has on him. Just imagine if you got a concealed carry gun and they start patting down your waistline. That's going to be a problem. See the gun in his right hand? Because now it's 2-on-1 and you're facing 2 guns. The fundamentals here are location, time, and timing. The fact that they exploited a transition, the transition of getting in the car, well, it isn't possible for him to be more efficient in this circumstance because of how effectively they've used distance and timing. So, with location, meaning high crime dangerous area, plan better. The best plan is to stop in an area that is not a high crime dangerous area and do that during the daytime. Get your gas during the day. If I had to live in a high crime dangerous area or routinely travel through a high crime dangerous area, I'd be working at perfecting my logistics, planning, right? If I'm into the kinds of processed foods I'm going to find in a convenience store, then I'm just going to stock up on them and keep a sack of these in the car. Generally, those kind of snacks, they last a long time inside their wrappers, as do sodas in sealed plastic bottles. I'm not looking to get robbed because it's snack time. But the truth is, sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes we decide we're going to gamble a little bit. We're thinking, oh, it'll work out this time. If I'm this gentleman and I turn around and I see this car just pulled up, but nobody got out. So you have to be heads up because you have to know that, hey, a car just pulled in the parking lot, parked right next to me, and nobody got out of the car. That's kind of weird, right? The number one way to deal with something like this is you have to do odd, unexpected things. So I'm going to just do something that they don't expect. Like I see that, right? And I'm going to be like, oh, you know what? I just remembered I need to go back and do a whole bunch of scratch offs at the counter, striking up a conversation with the attendant and watching that front door or watching for these guys to drive off. Then I'm going to get a scratch off or 2 or 3 and I'm going to start scratching them off right there at the counter. And we're going to see what's what. I'm just wasting time. But here's the thing. This is a high crime dangerous area. This place might get robbed. This is just like, hey, you know what? You screwed up and you did something you shouldn't have done. And now what are you going to do? The biggest lesson that I learned in law enforcement, by far, and I wasn't very good at it. I failed at it the first time a veteran officer told me to do it as a new recruit. The biggest lesson is you have to learn how to go against social constructs. You have to be willing to go against even some minor traffic laws if you really want to keep yourself and the people you're responsible for safe. You have to get comfortable being awkward and odd. You can't care what other people think about you. It causes the unjust criminal aggressor to hesitate, to wonder, what is it that we're seeing here? What they're seeing oftentimes is the things that they do mirrored back at them. They're seeing odd behavior. They're seeing you go against social constructs. Get comfortable doing unexpected things.